Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for. In this corner, weighing 175 pounds, with a record of 17 rapes, 400 assaults, and 4 murders, the undisputed champion of the world. Anyway, Mr. Slim Shady. What's going on, guys? So, my God, was that a terrible fucking rendition, right? But, alright, so, the 9th studio album from Marshall Mathers. Let's talk about it. Alright, so, I got done listening to this last night. I must have listened to this bitch. There's one song that I think I replayed. I think it was just track number 2, Believe. I must have replayed that track like 50,000 times. Okay, I was listening to this album like a madman, and let's dissect it. But before we do, this is the 9th studio album. This is Eminem. Before I say anything, Eminem is one of the greatest artists to ever do it, okay? This motherfucker, I think, is the greatest lyricist that the world of hip-hop and rapping will ever fucking receive, okay? Marshall Mathers has, like, reached this stratosphere that I was not even aware was humanly possible, okay? He should be inducted as a major character into Marvel comic books, and his superpower is fucking words, okay? The man is a superhuman. And before this review and after this review, I just want to say, he's one of my favorite rappers, and he's extraordinary. He kind of terrifies me late at night. But basically, this album to me is like a mixed bag, honestly. It's kind of like, it's almost like Eminem, you can sense that, like, he's, there's been a lot of self-deprecating humor recently. He's kind of bored. And he's not trying to walk down the same paths that he walked down before, lyrically and sonically. So I almost imagine him at like a fucking chalkboard, trying to figure out, like, pulling strings and crisscrossing strings and shit, trying to figure out new routes to take. And like, if Eminem was a movie franchise, he'd be Star Wars. And this is his this album revival. It's like his best attempt at The Force Awakens, right? So this is like his version of The Force Awakens. You know, lyrically, sonically, instrumentally, this is like this album is a vehicle that's familiar, and it's meant to be filled with new treats. Is it? Well, let's begin. So the very first track, I made a review about this first track, but Walk on Water was not, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling Walk on Water. I love where Eminem is coming from lyrically on Walk on Water. But like, what the fuck? It's just M spitting while he's tearing up and balling up. Like, literally, it's just him, you know, taking bits of, just doing this. We hear that, right? And we have Beyonce, like, crooning and singing in the background. It's like, first off, Beyonce, her input is very meh in general. There's nothing exceptional about Beyonce's singing. There's nothing exceptional about where she's coming from lyrically. In fact, she kind of comes off a little bit cheesy and melodramatic, in my personal opinion. And again, instrumentally, it's just sounds of balled up paper and M spitting over like a piano ballad, basically. So, like, sonically, and nah. Beyonce's input, no. But lyrically, though, Eminem, as always, is just fascinating and kind of goosebumps-inducing with his lyrics here, because he's sort of painting this picture of, like, what if he's not relevant one day? What if we've moved on? What if the Eminem show must come to a close, right? And he's got to wash the, he said something like, you know, maybe it's time for me to wash the bleach out of my hair, you know? And I was like, oh, no, don't leave. Don't leave. I didn't love the album, but don't leave this. You were too special, Mr. Marshall. But yeah, basically track number 1 was just kind of meh. Track number 2, Believe. Okay. I had to replay Believe many times because I was dying laughing on this track. I'm still conflicted as to, like, is this track meant to be humorous? Is it not meant to be humorous? Does he? Because he's sort of like poking fun at modern day rap styles. You know, you ever seen that viral video of Snoop Dogg? He's on his GGN show, and he's sitting next to 50 Cent and his crew, and Snoop Dogg is making fun of like modern day, like I don't know, like mumble rappers and shit like that, like Designer, Young Thug, Future, stuff like that, right? And Snoop Dogg, he was just like, a wicked, hold on, a wicked, he was just making fun of those those kinds of rap styles, and it was fucking hilarious. Eminem is kind of taking a stab at that, poking fun at some of these mumble rappers. It's kind of, you know, like M's delivery, his flows on his track, most definitely. But oh my god, I mean, like the slow stepping and you know the slow moving beat and all that sub bass. That's all fine. The instrumental's nice. Nothing great, but it's nice. You know. I took a lot of notes. So if you see me like staring, it's just a lot of notes. You know, he's fucking rapping like Future and shit. But goddamn, I just thought the Eminem's flow and delivery was terrible on this track. Okay. Oh my god, I just thought it was so bad. I'm gonna see if I can mimic Eminem for a second, because I could tell there's so many guys who are like, well, I liked that track. All right, well, hold on, because there was one fucking. Stay round up, put hands on you, while think round up. I was just like, Eminem, just don't. I know you're poking fun, but like, I was like, oh man, I was like, no, no, I'm not digging that. What are some of the lyrics from Believe? I just got the air about me like wind chimes. I just got the air about me like wind chimes? Yeah. I'm giving them pounds. I'm upscale now. Guess it means I'm way in the sky. No, I just wasn't really feeling this track. But the weird thing about this track, that's what made me listen to it so many times, Believe. There's a moment where he goes, Houston with the flow, fake fans with the two-faced that show, let heartbeats loop, produce hate in my soul, lame vocals 2 days in a row. Yeah, that moment on, all of a sudden, like he stopped poking fun and he was really rapping and shit, and I was like, what's going on? We're towards the back half of this track, and I'm liking it, but why didn't I like the whole thing, Em? What are you doing? But yeah, I was conflicted with that track. Track number 3, Chloroseptic. What the hell is going on here? The instrumental was cool, you know. I definitely love the big, huge, heavy, humming bass line in the back, you know. Another kind of, it's not like a drum and bass type of thing, you know, more of a slow moving instrumental, I believe it was. But the chorus was that's one thing about this album I thought was full of bad choruses, baby. Bad. Shit, watch this one. Hold on. Yeah. Bad. Not good. The chorus was just terrible. And he's sort of poking fun at mumble rappers again. There were some funny lines in this, but there were some terrible ones as well. Follow me for a second. Let's sneak a peek here, because which one? Whoa, I got too many things pulled up here. What was the goddamn chorus on this damn thing? Because I just thought, I was like, what? And I'll take 100 of you all at once. I had nothing to lose. What can I do? Was that it? Oh, I'm at your throat like Chloroseptic. You got strep. I'm too complex with plex. This shit I wrote is some next shit. Yeah, no. When it got to that, I was like, oh no. There are some funny lines in here, but I just thought this was kind of not a very memorable track, to be honest with you. Bitch, I told you I'm a dog, wolf. I wouldn't heal the ointment. Way I'm kicking these fairy tales should write a children's storybook. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What? Some of these lines, I was just like rolling my eyes. I was just like, oh man. There's some funny ones, but some of them I was just like, yeah, silly man. What else? What else? What was after that? Okay, so track number 4, Untouchable. You guys already know. I did not like this track. And here's the thing, okay, with Untouchable, okay? It's not like fucking, like, lyrically, what he's talking about is fine. I mean, it's everything else. The message behind this track, you know, Eminem giving a fuck you to bigots and white privilege, okay? Gotcha. You know, he's talking right now. Oh no. What the hell was that? Was that you, Rap Genius, you little bitch? But it was kind of like him rapping from two different sides, you know? Particularly the last verse versus the opening verse. I got you, but seriously, everything else I just thought was bad. It was just bad. The rock, like the genre, like the rock influence sonically on this track just does not work. Like the guitars just sound, just so, I don't know, the instrumental here sounds like some weird throwaway Kid Rock track, and Eminem is just vocally just not good. This whole black boy, we ain't gonna, what do you say? We ain't gonna lie to you. We ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, oh no, sir, no. Jesus Christ. Then we wonder why we see the side of you. I was like, oh shit. The sound of the chorus, no, I didn't like this track. But I made a whole video about this before, so I'm not gonna go any deeper. But just instrumentally, just sonically, this was just not pleasing to my ears outside of the lyrics. Okay, I like that there's a deep message, but when everything, if you are a rapper and you're rapping, and like your lyrics are fine, but everything else just makes me go, that's not good. All right, for me anyway. What else? So track number 5, River. Fam, listen to me, fam. Track number 5, River, I fucking loved. Okay, all right. I'm just as surprised as you. Okay, Ed, what's his name? Ed Sheeran. That's not someone that I listen to, but Ed Sheeran, him and Eminem were great together. This is one of my favorite tracks on this fucking album. It's one of my favorite tracks. I just thought they killed it together. Okay, if this were a music video, and they better do a goddamn music video to it. I just imagine the music video would be like, it's nighttime, wilderness, you know, Ed, he's fucking, you know, strumming on the guitar, singing and shit, and there's a fire going, and Eminem has got his hoodie on, and he's just pacing back and forth, just fucking belting off raps and shit. I loved this track. I mean, it's sort of like this unique blend of like folk, pop, and rap, and it's just, you know, Eminem, he's telling this story where he's talking from the perspective of someone who's like, they've just done a one-night stand, you know, they've become a cheater, and those actions are kind of, you know, those actions were a tire. They're like continuously kicking up dirt more and more until finally, like, he's, he's, I think he mentioned something about, you know, he's talking to the child, and, you know, he's feeling all this regret, you know, and like this whole track I thought was just fabulous. I love this goddamn track. What the fuck? I had whiplash because, you know, prior to this, clearly I was struggling with the album, and I was like, wow, I really love this track. I thought it was rather fantastic. Track number 6, yeah, we're going through all of them, okay? Track number 6 can be dismissed. It was just some 20-second bloop, some little intro. It's just something that makes you go, what's coming up next, Em? What you got coming next? What comes next is track number 7, which is Remind Me. Okay, so the sample, or well, Eminem, he's basically rapping over, was it I Love Rock and Roll, right? Uh, I did not like this track, man. Like, hold on, we gotta go big screen for this one. First off, him rapping over fucking I Love Rock and Roll is just. It's like, okay, all right, where are you going with this? And, let me see. I just was not fucking. We're just struggle bars, just all over this bitch. It kind of sounded like he was just lyrically flexing and trying to pick up and woo some chick. Was it Kim? Was that what it was? I think I was missing that from my notes. But just no. This sounds like the kind of song that you would play in front of a big crowd and everybody's just drunk as fuck and they're like, woo, Eminem, ah! And like the whole city's just drunk as fuck, horse playing while listening to this shit. No, hold on, because there's just some, I'm telling you, there's some struggle bars on here. Your booty is heavy duty like diarrhea. The plans to bring. Ooh, that's what? Did that really happen? Your booty is heavy duty like diarrhea. Fam, I know he didn't. I know he did. You know what? I'm just gonna stop it there. I don't think we need to go any further. Shit. I'm gonna take off Rap Genius because before that weird sound happened, it scared me. Little dirty bitches. But yeah, nah, I wasn't. All right. Where was I? Okay, so track number 8, Revival. Oh yeah, that could be dismissed. Another 20-second bloop. Did I skip over anything? No. Track number 9, Like Home. This is a weird one. Track number 9, Like Home, featuring Alicia Keys. Which, am I missing something? Am I the only one who thinks that Alicia Keys does not sound like Alicia Keys on this goddamn track? She sounds like someone just took her voice and dipped it into a pool of like the weirdest auto-tune ever. Like if I wasn't looking at the name of the track while initially first listening to this, like I would have been like, I would not have known that was Alicia Keys. I would have been like, who the hell is this, right? But this track is basically Eminem doing this to Donald Trump. That's like like this track in a nutshell, which I can appreciate. You know, that makes me feel nice and warm inside. But like, I just did not really. I just like I thought that the chorus was cheesy, and I wasn't really feeling this one. I was not, unfortunately. Despite the fact that he was just going the fuck in on Donald Trump, just tearing his ass up. But, you know, instrumentally, it was not memorable for me. Track number... Oh, shit. Where we at? Track number 10, Bad Husband. This is another weird one, because he's kind of... he's delivering a message to his ex-wife, Kim. You know, it's kind of like an apology letter in a sense. You know, he's talking about, you know, the good times they had, the bad times they had, regrets, you know. It's really kind of sweet in a way, actually, now that I think about it. But I found that the instrumental was very disjointed. Like, if I was trying to move to it, I feel like I'd be like... What the fuck? I'm trying to head nod. What's going on over here? Like I just thought the instrumental was very disjointed, but it was a sweet track. You know what I'm saying? I was like, God damn, him. It's almost like him in a sense, like making peace with Kim. I just thought it was fascinating. Let's see here. Track number 11, Tragic Endings. No. Is this the one with Skylar Grey? I think it is. So he's telling this Eminem is telling a story about a toxic relationship, right? Like, for example, in my own life, I'm gonna make up names. Okay, let's say that I knew someone named John and Sally a long time ago, right? Okay, well, a long time ago, John and Sally had the worst fucking relationship of all time. They fought all the time. Okay, they were aggressive with each other all the time. It was just like the most abusive relationship ever. Neither side would listen to me. I just be like, man, you guys are fucking. One of these times, y'all's gonna fuck. One of y'all's just gonna OJ the other. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? You know, just fighting all the time. It's like Jesus Christ. One of these times, you guys are just gonna end up just like this at the end of the night. You know, that's kind of the sort of relationship that Eminem is rapping about. You know, which is interesting. But Skylar Grey just comes off so uninspired on this thing. Like, you ever gone to do something and you knew you had to do it, but you didn't want to do it, and when you went to do it, you were just like, well, let's say you had to dance, right? But you didn't want to dance, you know, and your ass was on the dance floor, like doing these fucking uninspired moves. That's essentially what her vocals sounded like, and I was just like, oh no, oh no. What the hell was that? Oh, never mind. I thought the live stream just got hit with a copyright notice. I was like, no, you fucking bitches. That's not what happened. Tragic endings. No. And I thought the instrumental was very generic. So, no. No, sir. Track number 12, Framed. Now, I've been conflicted with Framed because clearly this is paying homage to a little horror film that Eminem directed called Relapse, which I like. I love Relapse. Holy shit, I love Relapse. By the way, I never understood all the hate for Relapse. I love Relapse. Fuck y'all. I love Relapse. Okay, shit, that's just spectacular. But where was I going with that? So he's basically talking from the mind state of a fucking psychotic murderer, and there's some murderous lines on this track, but it's the fucking instrumental, man. The instrumental does not work for me. I just thought the instrumental was just so. The instrumental should have sounded like ominous and like, oh shit, you know, and like kind of like haunting and creepy, kind of like what's that one track from Relapse? Hold on a second, I gotta go to it because I can't remember it. I think it's Same Song and Dance, right? After Tanya. Yeah, Same Song and Dance, right? Love that track, you know? That track, it's got this really hypnotic feel to it, where it's like, framed, the instrumental sounds kind of like cheap and cheesy. It almost sounds like intentionally bad, which could be the case, but I just was not feeling the instrumental. Like, it totally took me out of the, it totally took me out of the song. You know, because the lyrics are actually pretty darkly funny and just fucked up. You're just like, Eminem, you fucking psychotic son of a bitch. I love it though. But outside of the lyrics, I was just like, what? Yeah, the instrumental was like, and I was just like, I think I can explain. Also, that shit, I was just like, what? What you doing, boy? I'm so conflicted with that damn track. Good God. His vocals had me dying. I think I've been framed. I was like, what? Let me see. Track number 13, Nowhere Fast. I'm going to put this as an honorable mention, you know. This is just simple, cut and dry. This is one of those tracks where, like, is this where they were talking about ash or some shit? What was it? Okay, ash is blown in air. I was on fire, but we don't care. it's like one of those. This is just an immediate radio hit single that just fucking, like if you're working somewhere in the meat department at some grocery store, you have radio going. This would be a track that would play 1,000 times a day. You know, and to me, I kind of interpreted this track as sort of like, no matter, despite the fact that we can't see any upcoming darknesses or negative times, and it's impossible to know where we're going, and we're all flawed, but we can still get through this. We can still step over any kind of negativity. That's kind of what I took away from the track. But we can still prevail in this bitch. Okay, ain't nobody gonna stop us. No one has to. That's kind of how I took it. It's weird. I like this track. There's not a reason for you to like this track. I really shouldn't, because this track is not like the kind of music. You know, this is like classic Eminem blend of pop music and his style of rap. You know, but I like this damn track. There's something about it. It feels a little good inside. Also, the chick. Shout out to the chick on this track. So I think she's the same vocalist who sang that Gangsta song from Suicide Squad. If you listen to that track is delicious. Let me see here. Heat. What the hell happened with Heat? Oh yeah, I think Heat was the track about him talking about some fine ass looking woman who loves his music and has a great ass apparently, who I think he murders at some point in this track. Sounded like it because he was talking about like blood on his hands. There's a little bit of paying homage to Relapse again in this track, definitely sprinkled on there, but he really didn't. It didn't really do anything for me. But I love this one part when the beat is stripped away, right? And Eminem, he's just like furiously just spitting against the strumming of the guitar, right? And fucking, what does Eminem say? He says, so let's get turned, get out of here. So let's get turned like a shish kebab twisted. Mom, like an air conditioning now, we'd be great together. Don't care if it takes forever. If I gotta wait, I guess it's better late than never. That part right there, I was like, get it, Em. Get it. I don't really like this track, but get it. That's what, oh no. That's what I was saying during that moment. Let's see here. And then, finally, let's get to track number 15, Offended. I loved this track. Okay, first off, Offended is my favorite track off this thing. I loved Offended. It was so good. I was like, thank you, Em. I hate stuff. Thank you. Because this track is so self-referential. It's just so meta. You know, so self-aware. Like, and it's actually funny. You know, and it's really clever. Even like the hook, the choruses are they're just they're just clever. They're just things that make you chuckle. You know what I'm saying? It's just such a breath of fresh air, and it's just different. This track, I really enjoyed it. There's a line where he says something about. He says, "Grow up, nah," which you know. To me, that's the summary of this track. Like he doesn't care about kind of like Tarantino doesn't care about the way he uses violence in his films. And if Tarantino was talking about that, right? Like I don't care about the violence in my films. Like have you thought about why I used the violence in the way that I did? You know, there's this very similar conversation going on in this track with Eminem. You know, Eminem does not care about being controversial. He doesn't care if he pushes your buttons, if he comes off offensive to some people. He's been called, Eminem's been called offensive for years, okay? We all realize that Eminem's actually a great motherfucker, seemingly. He seems like one of the greatest goddamn human beings ever. That cute son of a bitch. I really enjoyed this track. There were so many goddamn, God, just in verse 2, he was just getting nasty. with the deliveries and the flows, we gotta go big one more time. Hold on a second. He was just getting nasty. I was like, no, Em. Why are you going in so hard? Where was this energy in the last few tracks? You dirty bastard. And then in verse 3, there was moments where he was rapping. I was like, Jesus Christ, is this motherfucker going, is he spinning faster than he did on Rap God? It was insane. Good God, Boyle. Oh my God. Xanax, a banana ham hock, and a Santa hat. I'm smell like a damn mechanic with a chick that looks like Janet Jackson with a Spanish accent. He was just going just ridiculous with the flows and deliveries on this track. Good God. God, you know how long, you know how difficult it would be to fucking execute this track as well as he did? It would take me so long to get this track right, because towards the end, God, he was just going so fast. I was like, what the fuck? God, he just fucking murdered it on this track. It was just glorious. It was glorious. I loved it. But one of my favorites. I enjoyed it deeply. Oh, and then the even the instrumental on here. I think there was like a hint of trap on here. Hold on, let me go back. I think this was the one. I was just like, damn it, M, you just can't. Fuck it. I clicked on something else by accident, but I love that track. Long story short, let's see here. Need Me with Pink. Let me see. But I think I'm a pretty damn good guy, and you're a good person too. I can save you, I can make you change, but I keep putting my fucking foot in my mouth every time I gotta come and bail you out when I'm in trouble. I love you, but you're bad for me. But I really need you. That's how I would describe the meaning of this track. Basically emphasizing that last point I just made. This is another kind of pop rap mixture radio hit single that I don't particularly care for. I can't necessarily say that this track was terrible, but I mean it was whatever. It was fine. It was fine. It was just kind of meh for me. Track number 17 in Cranberries. Okay. In Your Head. Is it in my head or is it in your head? In Your Head. Track number 17. First off, this is the best use of a sample on this album. Okay, the way that the instrumental from the sample bleeds into this track, right? It's just a perfect combination. It's a perfect zombie. It's just a perfect combination. It's perfect. This track is borderline perfect in my opinion. It's fucking spectacular. Let me see here. And I just hide, so in case you're wondering why my inside's showing, because I done spilled all my guts and those are mine. Recovery brought me nothing but back to where I was, and perhaps this could have been my victory lap if I wasn't on the verge of relapse. God damn. And then it just, god damn. And then verse number 3, the way that concludes, right? What is it? To get a range or whatever this road takes me, it's making me crazy. What's in my and then the sample and the chorus comes back in. I was like, oh shit! I love this track. It's so good. I mean, it's kind of Eminem sort of airing out how conflicting his career has become and has been. You know, there's been moments in Eminem's career where he just feels frustrated and regretful and like, fuck, why didn't I do that? Should I be doing this? Should I be better than this? Will I ever be better than this? Does that even matter? You know, those are kind of like some of the thoughts that are swimming around in his brain to this track. But one of my favorites. He has to make a goddamn music video to this track. He has to. I demand a music video so I can just like this. I'm gonna be just like this to that music video. Fantastic song. Track number 18, Castle. God damn. Dad's a little nervous, but at the same time excited. I'm trying to build these castles out of sand, baby girl, for you to sit on the throne. I got plans, baby girl. Welcome to mom and dad's crazy world. Love, daddy. Yo, I think I might put this as another honorable mention because this is such a surreal and amazingly personal, really cute message to his daughter, Haley. I was like, damn, M. You know, because sometimes, I don't know, I guess I lose track of the fact that, like, he's a father, despite the fact that he talks about it a lot in general. But still, I do lose track of the sense that he's a, you know, he's a not only a father, but he's been a father for so long. And I just thought this was such a remarkably sweet letter to his daughter. It's like, dang, M. That's, damn, you know? I thought that track was wild. And then the final track. I thought the final track was good. A Rose, I thought it was good. Because the final track, it ends... It's basically Eminem... It's almost like Eminem watched an episode of Charlie Brooker's Black Mirror. And Eminem was like, if I made a Black Mirror episode, what would that be about? Oh. And then it's like Eminem like envisioned this dystopian future where he's at his deathbed, right? And he's just envisioning what that might be like, you know, when the kids are coming in and, you know, the family members are there and, like, people are sobbing and weeping. And, you know, you got that breathing machine going off constantly, kind of literally sonically in this track. And he kind of envisions himself dying, and that all was... I thought this was just like a pretty poignant... kind of an eerie track, you know what I mean? Some of these lyrics here, let me see here. I see you, I go to walk you, and I can feel my soul leave my body and float across the room. Nurses lean over, pulling tubes out, then the sheet over my head. Shut the room down, girls, please don't get upset. I see them cheeks soaking and wet. Jesus Christ. And then the ending was very fascinating to me. If I have made it to the hospital less than 2 hours later, but I fought it, came back like a boomerang on them. Now a new day is dawning. I'm up Tuesday. It's morning now. Now I know. Toilet flush, and we hear him, I guess, washing pills down the toilet. It's kind of what I gathered, but. I feel like in that lyric right there, he basically confirmed that this is not the final album. That's how I took it. You know, that was confirming it. I don't think that this is his final album. And if this was going to be his final album, it sure as fuck shouldn't be. Look, I really didn't like this album. Okay, I'm gonna be straight up with you. I thought this album was a 5. I give it a 5 out of 10. This just was not an album for me. I mean, my favorite tracks on this thing, which were not many, my favorite tracks were Offended, my favorite song on here. I loved Offended. It's just so different. I loved Offended. That was a favorite track. In Your Head was a favorite track. And then River with him and Ed Sheeran, that was another. Those were my top 3 favorite tracks on here. I love those tunes. I can jam out to them anytime. I love those. And, you know, there are the honorable mentions that I gave you. But everything else I just thought was kind of like great lyrics, but there were moments where... But there's moments that are sprinkled with just struggle bars, terrible vocals, and weak instrumentals, you know? So I'm feeling a 5 out of 10, but listen, I love Eminem. I think he's just fucking extraordinary. And I know some of you guys are going to be like, you gave it a 5 out of 10, clearly it was 11 out of 10. Shut the fuck up, okay? Who gives a fuck? He's made some of the greatest rap songs ever created, okay? He's made some of the greatest albums that will ever do. The Eminem Show is not only my favorite album, or not my favorite album, it's my favorite album from Eminem, right? And good God, I mean, son, get out of here. We're 9 albums deep on this bitch, okay? Just because I didn't like this one, who gives a shit? Recovery, Relapse, but Eminem Show, that was my favorite one, I can't lie. When I first heard that, when I had my little the piece of shit CD player, these fucking terrible headphones that were held together by tape and shit, that was me jamming out to the Eminem Show. What was that, like 2004 or some shit? But you know, I get where you're coming from if you hate this video, but I'm not a hater. I love Eminem. I just so happen to think that this is a weak album. I think it's 5 out of 10. I don't think it's great. I don't think that is exceptional. I don't think that this is one of the year's best. I don't think that this is one of Eminem's best executed albums, lyrically or sonically. I just thought it just missed the bar for me. But it's kind of irrelevant because he's still one of the all-time greats. Maybe the greatest to ever have done it. And I think that Eminem, he has to have a 10th album. Eminem just has to have a 10th album. No differently than Floyd Mayweather, he just had to get to 50. Why wouldn't you get to 50? You just got to, you know? And even if Eminem made 6 more albums and I thought they were all 5 out of 10s, 5 out of 10s, it's irrelevant because he's the greatest of all time. Okay? Good? Good. So, what'd you think about this album? All right, let me know your thoughts down below. Did you want to spit on it? Did you want to get sexual with this album? Let me know what you thought. Okay, don't hurt nobody's opinions. Okay, don't hurt nobody. They're just opinions. Okay, don't hurt nobody. All right. Try not to kill each other in the comments section. That'd be nice. Oh yeah, like, comment, subscribe. You know, I got kids to feed. I got a wife to feed. Her name is Tamika.